The tension in the air gradually shifts as Ibrahim Traoré's calm leadership begins to set the tone for the rest of the ceremony. The airport workers' defiant behavior, which had once been the focal point of the situation, now becomes a symbol of a much larger issue: respect for African dignity and sacrifice. Though the confrontation with the worker is unsettling, it is the collective response to this incident that transforms it into a powerful moment. The cameras continue rolling, and the scene is shared widely on social media, as hashtags like #AfricanDignity and #IBRAHIM TRAORÉ start to trend. As the small group of military personnel and dignitaries resumes carrying the coffin, the atmosphere changes. The silence that once hung heavily now feels like a collective act of remembrance and resistance. Onlookers, once curious, are now visibly moved, their expressions reflecting empathy for the dignity of the fallen soldier and the personal sacrifice Ibrahim Traoré has made. The simple act of carrying the coffin, though personal, has become an emblem of the struggles faced by African nations in their ongoing fight for recognition and respect on the global stage. Despite the small scale of the welcome group, which consists mostly of Burkina Faso nationals and African veterans, their presence is significant. They represent a sense of unity that transcends borders, showing solidarity with Traoré's mission to honor the fallen soldier. Their traditional clothing and flags stand out against the grey backdrop of the airport, a colorful reminder of the cultural pride and resilience of the African diaspora. One particular act of solidarity stands out: an elderly French woman, clearly moved by the scene, approaches the coffin holding flowers she bought at the airport. She places them gently on the coffin, speaking softly as she says, "Your people have more dignity than many of us." This simple gesture of respect crosses cultural and historical boundaries. Her act serves as a reminder that dignity is not confined to nationality or race. It transcends borders and unites people in shared humanity. The incident at the airport, which could have been a minor diplomatic blip, becomes a profound statement on the recognition of African dignity. The viral spread of the footage and the subsequent media coverage amplify the importance of this moment. What started as a routine transfer has turned into a public march for justice and respect, one that will echo in the hearts of those who stand in solidarity with Ibrahim Traoré's commitment to honoring his nation's fallen soldiers. As the procession continues, the weight of the moment becomes more evident. The small crowd that has gathered at Lyon-Satoupari Airport is no longer just watching the transfer of a body, they are witnessing a powerful statement about respect, dignity, and the ongoing struggles of Africans for recognition. The simple, yet dignified, procession has turned into a profound display of resilience and defiance against the historical injustices that continue to affect the African continent. Ibrahim Traoré, still holding the coffin with quiet reverence, leads the way as the procession slowly makes its way toward the airport exit. His calm demeanor throughout the ordeal with the airport worker shows his commitment to ensuring that this moment is about the fallen soldier, not personal conflict. Traoré does not seek to escalate the situation with anger but instead lets his actions speak louder than words. In the face of disrespect, he continues to uphold the dignity of the soldier, which in turn becomes a symbol of the larger fight for African dignity on the world stage. Aisha Sankara, the sister of the fallen soldier, is visibly overwhelmed as she watches the coffin being carried with such honor. Seeing her brother's body treated with such respect brings a mix of emotions. As she watches the coffin being carefully carried toward the hearse, her legs give way, and she collapses to her knees. Her emotional reaction is a testament to the deep personal loss she has experienced, but it is also a reflection of the historical weight of this moment. Her brother's sacrifice is being honored, but in the eyes of many, the incident at the airport has become a much larger symbol of what is often denied to African people: dignity, respect, and recognition. In a powerful and unexpected gesture, Ibrahim Traoré kneels down before Aisha, putting himself at her level. This simple, yet profoundly symbolic act, demonstrates the equality and respect that he believes should be afforded to all people, regardless of their status. Traoré's willingness to kneel in front of Aisha, placing himself on the same level as the grieving sister, is a silent but powerful statement that, regardless of titles or positions, all people are deserving of respect and recognition. This act is not only a show of personal humility but also a message to the world that the values of equality and respect should be universal. The simple act of kneeling is a stark contrast to the dehumanizing behavior of the airport worker, serving as a reminder that true leadership is rooted in empathy, humility, and a commitment to justice. Traoré's gesture speaks volumes, and as he carefully unfolds the national flag placed on his comrade's coffin, the symbolism of this act carries an enduring message of African pride and dignity. The viral spread of the incident at Lion-Sitoupari Airport brings the situation into the global spotlight. The video footage of President Ibrahim Traoré carrying the coffin of Lieutenant Moussa Sankara, only to be stopped by an airport worker unaware of his identity, quickly circulates across social media platforms. The hashtags #AfricanDignity and #IBRAHIM TRAORÉ trend, capturing the attention of thousands of people worldwide. What began as a small diplomatic issue has rapidly grown into a symbol of the larger struggles for African recognition and respect on the global stage. As the footage spreads, it sparks an outpouring of support for the president and the dignity of the African people. The viral nature of the video amplifies the indignity faced by the president and his countrymen, highlighting the way African dignity is often disregarded in global affairs. However, it also underscores the resilience of the African people, who continue to fight for justice and respect, even in the face of such dehumanizing treatment. The French media, alerted to the growing online coverage, sends teams to Lion-Sitoupari Airport to report on the situation. News outlets begin to pick up the story, and the coverage broadens, highlighting the symbolic significance of the incident. In a powerful moment, journalist Amadou Dio, who has been following the story, steps forward to confront the airport staff. Dio's recognition of Ibrahim Traoré and his immediate intervention shifts the power dynamics on the tarmac, forcing the airport worker and security guard to realize their mistake. The public reaction is swift. The worker, now fully aware of the gravity of the situation, tries to apologize, but it is too late. The crowd, which had initially been quiet, begins to speak out. Whispers of disbelief give way to louder expressions of anger and frustration. The incident has become a public spectacle, exposing a deep-seated issue that many African people have faced for generations, the disrespect and disregard for their dignity, even in death. The airport director, arriving on the scene to assess the situation, offers a formal apology on behalf of the airport. Ibrahim Traoré's response is calm but pointed. He does not accept the apology for himself but instead redirects the focus to the real issue, the soldier's sacrifice and the respect that all Africans deserve. His refusal to let the situation escalate into a personal matter reinforces his commitment to the values of respect and dignity. The apology from the airport director, though necessary, does little to undo the damage caused by the earlier events. What is more important is the public acknowledgement of the incident and the recognition of the larger issue at play. Ibrahim Traoré's handling of the situation, characterized by his dignified response and quiet strength, ensures that the conversation about African dignity continues long after the airport confrontation ends. In the aftermath of the confrontation at Lion-Sitoupari Airport, the viral spread of the footage and the subsequent media attention lead to an outpouring of support for President Ibrahim Traoré and the ideals he represents. His calm and dignified response to the disrespect shown at the airport has become a defining moment in the fight for African dignity. Traoré's actions, from carrying the coffin to confronting the airport staff, have made it clear that the fight for respect is not over. The incident has transcended the boundaries of a simple diplomatic issue and turned into a symbol of the ongoing struggle for African recognition on the global stage. During the apology from the airport director, Traoré remains focused on the larger issue. He does not accept the apology on a personal level but redirects the conversation to the respect that the fallen soldier, and by extension, all Africans, deserve. "You don't owe me an apology," he states calmly, "you owe it to this soldier who gave his life for peace and through him to all Africans who deserve the same respect, in life and in death." His words resonate deeply, and the apology that follows is a direct acknowledgement of the disrespect that African people often face, even in death. The public response to this incident, both in France and globally, demonstrates the power of social media and public solidarity in amplifying the voice of marginalized communities. By the end of the incident, the mood shifts from one of confrontation to one of respect. The airport staff, fully aware of their mistake, step aside, allowing the procession to continue. As the crowd watches, the message is clear: dignity will not be denied. The incident serves as a powerful reminder that, despite the obstacles, African dignity is standing tall against ignorance and disrespect.